All right, good morning. So what I want to do today is we're gonna take a step forward by taking a little step back, if that makes any sense at all. But check this out. So what we're gonna be looking at today is the square root of variables. And it's the exact same mindset that we have in that if we looked at the square root of 4, we ask ourselves what number times itself is 4, and then we get the answer of 2. Only instead of using a number, we're going to use a variable squared. So I just need a small little review session here that n to the first times n to the first is going to be n to the power of 2, because we're actually, when you multiply exponents, you actually add them. And that we talked about a pre-closure. So what we're looking at here is going to be the square root, or the square root of n squared. And that's asking what number times itself is n squared. Well, we know that if it's n squared, it's n times n. So what's the square root of n? N. Okay? Now, if we look at the square root of x squared, well, we ask what times itself is x squared. So we have x times x. Well, if it's x times x, we're squaring just an x. So the square root of x squared is just x. And maybe you're already seeing the pattern. Awesome. So what is the square root of y squared? What times itself is y? So I'm going to have y times y. So the square root of y squared is y. Okay? Now what we can do here, for a lot of numbers, we can do that to be where we're just taking a number times itself. So I'm going to keep this top guy up. And we're going to just kind of continue on here with our prospect of what is the square root of maybe n to the 4th. So I asked myself, what number times itself is 4? Well, we know that's going to be 2 times 2. So the square root of n to the 4th is n squared. What is the square root of y to the 4th? Again, what number times itself is 4? Well, that's going to be y squared. Okay? And we could keep that up. We could say, and just a lot of realms here. So I do want to kind of stop it pretty much right there. But just for us to understand the whole aspects of when you're square rooting a variable, you just basically take the variable and bring it over and ask yourself what number times itself is y to the 4th, so it's y squared. So that's going to be our assignment. All you're going to do today is watch the video and make sure and check in. And then tomorrow you're just going to do an assignment over squares and powers of 4. And then also note that I'm going to just express this as like square root of n to the 4th. So if it says n to the 4th, then I mean that. Okay? So, all right, awesome. So, hey, thanks, guys. Hope all is going great and well, and have a great day. All right, bye.